All right, math 8 is going to look a little weird because I am writing on the board, but I have to. I forgot my little stylus. Okay, so we have a lot of Now, how come I can't annotate? Oh, I can. All right, we have a lot of assignments compared to usual the 5. You know, usually we have 3, but the reason is these are fast. Okay, so in exponents with integer bases. Integer is a positive or negative whole number, and so what you need to write down is that odd and negative stays negative. Odd exponent. It's negative, it's negative. Okay. But an even exponent, you know, with a negative base, I should say base, can sometimes become positive. Positive example, so -2 squared is +4, and then the negative example is -2 squared is -4. So the parentheses positive, there you go. But the odd is always negative. Okay, so -1 to the 5th power is -1. -1 times -1 times -1 times -1 times -1 is -1. All right, so let's see what you can do with that. Now, here's a good example. So with this fraction, what we're going to do is we're going to think about it like how it is. So -1/4 squared. What does that mean? That means -1/4 times itself, right? And a negative times a negative is a positive. Positive 1, 4 times 4 is 16. There. Now another way to think of it is -1 squared over 4 squared, which would be 160. Way 2, way 1. Don't forget, I write down on this board. You should have it written down in your notes before you come to Thursday's class. To rewind the video if you didn't get that. Let's move forward. All right, now exponents. Okay, so rule number 1 of exponents: if you don't see an exponent, it's 1. So here we have 9 times 9 squared. So what is that exponent right there? It's 1. So I'm going to put a 1 there. All right? Because when we multiply powers, what does that mean for us? That means to add the exponents. If the bases, these are called the bases. The 9s are called the bases. All right, so if the bases are the same, then we can add the exponents. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So this equals 9 to the 3rd power. Don't use a calculator and tell me 729 or something else. Or at least I'll say. Don't say that. Say 9 to the 3rd. See, it says in the form. This is what they want. Okay, so multiplying terms, add the exponents. Got a text. Oh. All right. So now, power of a power. So this is when you actually multiply the exponents. And we never actually divide them. We never divide the exponents. There's no rule for that. Maybe you'll discover a rule later in your life. We'll have a new rule. But for now, it says add, subtract, and multiply. So here's where we multiply the exponents. Power of powers means multiply exponents. All right, so this is 2 to the 4 times 2, which is 2 to the 8. And that's how they want you to write it. Oh, so n would equal 8. This is solve for n. It is 8. All right. So now we got 2 rules so far. 2 rules to be in your notes. The one where you add the exponents, the one where you multiply the exponents. And now, when we divide powers, we subtract the exponents. All right, so let's subtract the exponents. Oh, so x minus 3 equals 5. So these numbers are in a fraction. So I also kind of remember myself by saying fraction subtraction. So we need to do x minus 3 equals 5. Or a simpler example would be 10 to the 7th over 10 to the 3rd is equal to 10 7 minus 3, 10 to the 4th. That's a separate, easy example. I don't know why they didn't give you an easy example for the first problem, but anyway, x minus 3 equals 5, so x must be 8. So the answer is 8. All right, last question. Equivalent expressions. All right, so now we got to use everything we just talked about. 3 squared times 5. I'm going to put the first power there. Maybe it's Crystal. And then to the 3rd. All right. Now I'm going to simplify it. So I'm going to multiply these exponents. So it's going to be 3 to the 6th times 5 to the 3rd. I see that. Hey, I'm done. All right, there's only one answer. All right, got to be careful to see if there's 2 answers. I'm sure you learned that during classifying numbers. All right, so try each assignment. I don't expect you to have it 100% after that quick little rundown, but hopefully it's helpful. And we'll post in the organizer 3 times and write down all the Edpuzzle notes. If you didn't write down notes, watch this whole video again because you're supposed to write down notes. And we'll see you for this stuff on Thursday.